Hi, welcome to Feminism on Trial. We gotta talk about the Love Gov, Andrew Cuomo. And I bet all those Cuomo-sexuals, as they called themselves last year, when they were having coffee with Cuomo during his morning briefings about COVID, I bet they're a little confused. I haven't really heard anything, seen anything online about what they have to say. These are accusations. They're serious accusations, but they are just accusations. As far as I know, there is no video proof. There's no witnesses. There are just more than 10 women who have come forward to say things varying from, he called me darling or sweetheart and that made me uncomfortable, to he groped me by putting his hand, under my shirt. We need to stop looking at accusations as if they are evidence. This whole Me Too thing is just out of control. And it's so crazy that the fact that he made these women uncomfortable and there are these accusations of what he did to them is what is making him resign, and not the whole scandal with the nursing homes and the hospitals and the older people who died due to his decisions and policies. So, let's get this straight. Our society says that making some women uncomfortable and touching them in ways they don't want is worse than making policies that kill people. This is crazyville. This is clown world. It's like I feel like I'm in some kind of a dream. It can't, but this is the reality we have, And I want to say to these women, okay, so for a second, let's say that they're telling the truth. Let's just say for a second that they're telling the truth. Why didn't you come forward when it happened? If a dude is cupping my breast on the elevator or whatever, I don't care if it's Andrew Cuomo or, Prince William, or I don't care. I'm going to say something. I'm going to stop it immediately. And I'm going to let him know, don't do that. Because even though I am a traditional woman, I'm strong, which goes against, what the feminists like to say about traditional women, that we're meek in the sense that we have, we're like doormats. That's not true at all. I just think personally that it works better for most women when we're at home, because what these women are showing is that they can't hang with the big guys. I'm not saying that guys should do those things. What I'm saying is, if you're truly strong and independent and all those things you claim to be as this empowered feminist woman, what are you doing taking all this so-called abuse in the workforce? That's not what a strong, independent, empowered woman does. A strong, independent, empowered woman calls him out on it, says, no more, I don't care who you are. And goes and learns a little martial arts and, defends herself. But they didn't do that. They just waited and waited until probably someone came forward and it was politically, it's a political hit, whatever. But you can't be a strong, independent, powerful woman and Not ever say anything when someone does something to you and then be like, oh, help, he did that and I was scared to come forward and I was intimidated, then you shouldn't be out in the world, sweetie. You're only proving my point. You're only proving my point. And when it comes to these accusations, Cosby, Weinstein, whatever his name is, the movie producer, as far as Cosby goes, he probably did have sex with those women. But it's my understanding, I wasn't around then, but it's my understanding that quaaludes and sex and stuff like that was kind of the thing back then. Um, I think, they weren't quite innocent victims. I just don't think that. I think they were opportunists. They were opportunists back when they were getting it on with Cosby, and then later when they accused him. Opportunists. And with Harvey Weinstein, come on, ladies. You knew you're going up to his hotel room. What do you think is going to happen? Come on. Come on. You're trying to get a role. You're using your sexuality to advance your career. Fair enough. You should have the right to do that. I think people should have the right. You're not hurting anyone. No one's hurting anyone. Go for it. Use that casting couch. But if it backfires and you don't get the role, or suddenly you have doubts or you whatever, you don't get to cry rape. I think we all know that these were, you know, girls who were seeking, you know, stardom, and they wanted to be the next big thing in Hollywood, and they were using their sexuality to do it. And then it didn't work out. And these guys went to jail based on accusations. We can't do that. We cannot do that. Accusation is not proof. It's not. And unfortunately, it is not just Cuomo and Cosby and Weinstein and whatever. It's not just them. It's dads who have partial custody of their kids, and then the moms want all the custody. So what do? They accuse the dad of something. You guys are not strong and independent. You're manipulative, lying whores. That's what you are. You're not empowered. You're not strong. You're playing the victim. And you're using your sexuality to advance yourself. And then using your sexuality to be a victim. And you call yourselves empowered. No. No. You don't get to do that. It's illogical. But then again, I don't think these ladies live in the world of logic. So I have every bit of compassion for women who have been assaulted and injured, and for men who have been assaulted and injured. Every bit of compassion and empathy. And the people who make light of it by making these accusations that are partially true, or where they kind of had a bit to do with it, completely trivializes real sexual violence that is committed against men and against women. So that is another thing that you women who are strong and empowered, but then can't say anything until then a big group of you make accusations. You're trivializing the people who have really suffered. You're insulting them. And some of them are your fellow females. And a lot of them are men, but you don't know that, and you don't care if men are victims. What is it they say? Rant over. Till next time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share. I want to make this channel blow up.